Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Broadcasting live, 2K Sports presents the NBA. It's Monday night. Here with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And patrolling the sideline for us again tonight, Allie LaForce. And a look now at the Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. Then on Friday, they'll face off against Scotty Barnes and the Toronto Raptors.
In that game against the Spurs, it won't be an easy one given it is coming on the back end of a back-to-back, but they've been playing some fantastic basketball lately, and when you are winning back-to-backs, you're feeling good about yourself.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. White on the wing along with Okoro. Vucevic is out there with Buzelis, and it's Jones in at the point. And for Boston, the wing pairing, it's White and Brown. Then it's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Keita in at the center position. And, Coach, unfortunately, we do have to note that both of these teams are dealing with injuries at the moment.
Yeah, that's the reality of the game, Kevin. The question becomes, how do you adapt? What other guys can step up? Who does a better job tonight of filling in the gaps out there?
And here's Brown outside. Chicago grabs the miss. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston. White with it. He's picked up by White. White, good.
Well, as a guard like White, you need to score inside. Force teams to respect you everywhere.
Brown the pass to Walsh. From outside the arc. Here's Keita. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Pass to Vucevic. Now White takes the three. It's rebounded by Walsh. Here's Keita. Inside. Here's Pritchard. White with the defensive effort.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, thanks. The Celtics this summer trading Drew Holiday for Anthony Simons, player almost a decade younger. Simons' deep threat capability is definitely a fit for the way the Boston Celtics like to play, especially now moving forward. He can fit in defensively. He could be a long-term contributor, guys.
Yeah, he's more than capable. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the reporting. Sam Hauser's checked in for the Celtics. White against White. Keita, the pass to Hauser. White looking around. Here's Pritchard. Chicago grabs the miss.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And it's Vucevic missing.
The defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
And it's Hauser in the corner. Drills it from outside.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And Greg, the Bulls have said they're leaning towards building with depth, saying that star teams are more vulnerable to injuries.
Well, they don't yet have a bona fide big-time star on this roster, so if you ask me, that might be a case of sour grapes.
And we can look quickly at a group of rookies having a very good run, the top scoring first-year players in the NBA for the past 10 games. Fourth, Matas Buzelis.
He gave them a luxury in those games that a lot of teams just don't have. I mean, being able to plug a rookie in and know he's going to carry his weight offensively.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Now, here's Okoro. He's covered by Brown. And they get it. Good.
Well, offensively, that's what you want to get. Vucevic from point-blank range.
Celtics leading by 3. Pritchard passes to Brown. White goes in. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now here's White. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. Just 5 to shoot. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Right to the hole. White was ready for anything that came his way.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for the Bulls. Dosunmu comes in for Trey Jones. There's 1:26 left to play in the first quarter. And Simons. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible. So quick. Simons using that burst to get to the rim.
That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. Bulls trail by 5. And Anthony Simons cut his teeth under Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum, Stan. Some pretty good manners.
You aren't kidding, Kevin. And I think going up against those guys in practice every day, watching them every night, and being another guard who has to score the ball, he couldn't have learned from anybody better. And Anthony Simons now a tough guy to stop.
Bulls have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. And Vucevic kicks to Huerter. Over in the corner, White. Vucevic setting the pick for White. Score the basket, his third after 5 shots.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Here's Simons. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. On the wing, Dosunmu hits it from 3-point range.
Well, he's such a natural talent. Has all the skill needed to produce at a high level.
Here's Hauser. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Hauser's got 5 points so far. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Celtics lead by 4. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Celtics.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
So the Bulls 5 right now. Jalen Smith is out there with Williams. Then it's Dosunmu. Then it's Kevin Huerter. And it's Carter in at the point guard. Here's Dosunmu. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Greg, you were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more of the court that has to be covered and the style, you have to score more now to play the position. I think shooting becomes incredibly important. And then defensively, with all the switching you got to be able to hold up against size and play all over the floor.
And the first one at the line is good. He doesn't get the second one. Celtics leading by 3. Here's Tillman. Pass to Hauser from deep. It's rebounded by Herter.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Carter finds Herter. Carter on the wing. Simons with the ball. Williams picks him up. Over in the corner, Pritchard. Good on the three-point shot.
Simons becoming such a great distributor of the basketball.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And the Bulls with some changes. Okoro, he's checked in for Kevin Herter. Mike comes in for Dosunmu. And Jones subbed in for Javon Carter. Here's Jones. We saw him with 10 points last game. Outside, White. Back to Jones. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Jones gutting it out in close.
Celtics leading by 4. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Boucher's shot is off. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Well, the Celtics trying to keep that laser focus. Coach Joe Mazzulla said, quote, the closer you are to winning, the easier it is to become distracted by things that you can't control, things that don't matter. Mindset, discipline, and mental toughness are what separate you. Back to you guys.
Staying dialed in. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. No good on the free throw. Stan Patrick Williams has established himself as a 3-and-D player out in the wing.
Well, look, Kevin, the one thing you know you're going to get out of Patrick Williams every night is a great effort at the defensive end of the floor, and that's a great starting point. So when you put him in a game, you know darn well he's going to help you defensively, not going to make many mistakes offensively, and then it just comes down to how well is he going to shoot the ball.
Tillman, shot's good. Brown making the play. Tillman's got his second basket of the night.
Assisted buckets, every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Pass to White from past the arc, and he's good on the 3-ball.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
It's stolen by Jones. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Brown. And again, it's Boston converting.
Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
And so White will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Trailing by 5. And it's sent back by White. Jones against Pritchard. It's White on the wing. It's good from long range. White's got 5.
Look, shooting off the catch is something White's become really good at.
Outside Williams. Back to Jones. Okoro passes to Jones. And here is Okoro. Clock at 6. Here's White. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. 12 points for him.
After hitting 0 threes in the first half, he's got a couple now. You can see the confidence building.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Both teams will make substitutions. And with a quick break on the court, we've got some time to show you the list of the top rookie shot blockers over the course of the last month. Fourth, Matas Buzelis.
He's been a factor on the inside. An impressive stretch for him defensively.
There's 1:40 left to play here in the half. And it's Simons off the drive. That one goes. Count it.
They are just killing him on the interior.
White against White. White inside, and it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
An explosive night from Kobe White. Let me tell you, anytime he steps out there, we've come to expect this. That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
To the middle. Tries from the block, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Now just a 3-point Boston lead. Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against the Clippers. Simons on the wing. A 3-pointer is right on target. Simons has got 7 points in the game.
And that's one way to extend the lead. Continue to light it up from long range. They have all the confidence in the world right now from the 3-point line.
Buzelis' shot is good.
With his soft touch around the rim, Buzelis should score a lot of points in the paint over his career.
Queta, the pass to Simons. And Jones pulls it down. Bulls trail by 4. Unloads from 13. And the shot no good, a bit short. Simons up top. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to go on Buzelis.
First team foul.
The Celtics shooting their first foul shot of the night.
Simons at the line with 1 shot.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. No shot.
What a performance from Anthony Simons. He has been the story for the Celtics. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
Jalen, a strong defensive effort thus far. What do you guys need to improve on in the second half?
To be honest, it could be a little better. We could all be a little better, especially me. Made a little bit of mistakes in the first half, so second half we got to clean it up.
You set the bar high, guys.
Hey, Ellie, thank you so much for that interview. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with you for the second half of the game right after this.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. There's the dam of the shot. One more time, a round of applause for our contestant.
Hey folks, welcome to the halftime show. A lead right now in this one for the Boston Celtics.
The reserves are playing like starters. A lot of teams are emphasizing depth these days.
So much talent in this league to the point where the spillover G League has some ballers. And changing it up, my favorite segment, social media posts. And this is from Hoops Queen Life. It's a question for Shaq. Who was your favorite team to play for?
Let's see, I played for so many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Obviously, the Lakers. What up, LA? Love y'all.
Yeah, I'm glad he counted those teams because I was on 7. He has a little amnesia.
I learned that from your time in Denver, Orlando, and Detroit.
Okay, enough.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You know, you have to like what we're seeing from Kobe White.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Celtics leading by 7. Pritchard and White are their guards. Then there's Jaylen Brown, and it's Walsh in at the 4. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Stolen by Okoro. And it's Vucevic in the corner. Nailed from three-point land. Vucevic has got the opening bucket to start the second half for Chicago. And so it's Pritchard who brings the ball up for Boston. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Good on the triple. Walsh has got 5.
That's just excellent team basketball. Brown is all about getting it to the open shooter.
Now here's Jones. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Pass to Vucevic. Good, nice job down low. He's got 9.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Brown the pass to Queta. Out to White. Here's Walsh. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. And Boston has possession, leading by 5. Launches it. He's off on that one. Well, Chicago has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Okoro, wide open, he fired. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally in sync.
So, stand after an up-and-down start to his career. Kobe White is now a proven scoring threat.
He sure as heck is, Kevin, and it's because of 2 things in my mind. Great confidence and great energy every single night. So he's always running and moving, which gets him space and time to shoot the ball. And when he gets that space and time, he has great confidence to let it fly.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Hey guys, Jaylen Brown is rounding out his game in all facets. He said, I've definitely worked on my playmaking, just being able to see the floor, making great reads, creating for my teammates, and putting pressure on the defense. Back to you, Kevin.
Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. Here's White after the basket by Boston. Pass to Vucevic. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Vucevic has got 11 points.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the court.
White, good. 7 points for Derek White.
Once you're inside, anything can happen. Somehow, White ate it off.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. I know some would classify Derek White as underrated. Stan, what's your read on him?
Well, Kevin, I would say he was underrated for a long time, but now I think we've all gotten smarter, and we all realize Derek White is one of the best guards in this league, period. I don't think he's underrated anymore, and I just think it took us a long time to catch up with how good he is.
Dosunmu is checked in for White. In a moment here to see the standings for the Eastern Conference. And you know, guys, some interesting stories have unfolded here as we move through the middle of the season. You look at the Celtics. Right now, they've compiled the 3rd best record in the conference. And, of course, the Bulls, 5.5 games behind.
And you know, for the Celtics, they've been on a tremendous run this season. All the pieces were in place coming into the year, and they haven't missed a beat. Great chemistry, great coaching and potential to do some great things in the postseason.
Yeah, no one is taking them lightly. This is a team with everything you really need to make some noise in the playoffs.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Jones for three, and the Bulls with another miss. Boston leading by 10. Hauser the pass to Brown. Out to White for the three. Buzelis grabs the board. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. Well, a chance to check out some stats for Derek White.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Williams, he's checked in for Buzelis. Kevin Huerter comes in for Okoro. And it's Carter in for Trey Jones. Pritchard gets the bucket.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Pass to Vucevic. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. The rebound by the Celtics. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. White. The rebound by Dosunmu.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
Count it. Good. 6 points for Dosunmu.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Right side, White. Here's Huerter. Boom, he jams it straight down.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, right to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
And so it's the Boston Celtics in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Back to the action in just a minute. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, that is what coaches want from their point guard. Set others up, play the game the right way.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Taking a look at the Bulls, Kobe White is out there with Dosunmu. Then it's Jalen Smith. Then there's Patrick Williams. And it's Huerter in at the 3, the small forward.
Well, I like when they involve Smith in these pick and rolls because he's agile and good at knowing where to go.
Pritchard passes to Garza. Boucher with the ball. He's picked up by White. Rebound by the Bulls. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. And Smith with the stuff.
Well, with his mobility and size, Smith gets up there with ease.
Here's Hauser. He's defended by Huerter. Hauser misses. Bulls trail by 4. Williams with a clean look. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Hauser. Buries the long-range jumper.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams are still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Boston. White comes in for Anthony Simons. Buzelis is checked in for Chicago. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Billy Donovan was saying to the team, and he was adamant that they need to tighten up their D. That lack of communication at that end has led to breakdowns, wide open shooters, and easy buckets. He sounded pretty frustrated, guys.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. Here's White in the corner. Herter with it. From outside, off the mark.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Back to Hauser. Pass to Boucher. Count the basket. And it's a 9-point Celtic lead.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of.
Pritchard against White. Fires. Connects with the J.
And right now, White, red hot. Just everything he puts up seems to go in.
White goes in. Oh, softly lays it in.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Bulls trail by 9. And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Changes for Chicago. Vucevic checked in for Smith. Okoro comes in for Kevin Herter. And Trey Jones subbed in for Dosunmu. Jones. And that one is good.
Using his unique perspective, Vucevic sees the whole floor and finds the open shooter.
Celtics leading by 7. And he jams it in.
Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found it. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
White got it to go off the glass.
Well, you know, White is quietly one of the league's most effective finishers on the drive.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Vucevic setting the pick for Jones. And Boucher sends it back. Hauser with the ball. Guarded now by Okoro. Off target from outside. Bulls trail by 11. Here's Vucevic.
Well, that's a veteran move right there. Vucevic so good with that shot.
Take a break. Take a break.
Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that brings them to within 10.
Well, he's as steady as they come at the big man position. Vucevic is someone you can count on to help you shoulder some of the offensive load.
And both free throws good for Vucevic. Celtics leading by 9. White outside. Shoots it up. No stopping that baby hook on the fly.
Hey, sometimes it's your night. White's number keeps getting called, and he keeps coming through.
Now Vucevic. Here's Buzelis. White inside. White on it. 5 to shoot. Yep, that's going to go in.
Well, there you see the skill of White, able to float the ball into the basket.
Boston's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Celtics.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
And this team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line, Peyton Pritchard. At the line for 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that'll push the lead to double digits. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And that'll just about do it. Coming through at the line in a big spot.
Nikola Vucevic. Assist goes to Trey Young.
They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pritchard against Jones. Takes the three. White pulls it down. And so it's the Boston Celtics with the W. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. And for all of us here at the table, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and our terrific sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us tonight. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Peyton Pritchard.